This episode of the ZuLoo Poodcast is sponsored by ZuLoo Inc., a benefit corporation dedicated to the goal of universal access to toilets, hygiene, clean water and sanitation through the power of social enterprise. Learn more at ZuLoo.com.
Let's say you're out of baking soda.
How smelly is your fridge?
You could just take a roll of toilet paper.
Right. Maybe you need to reevaluate the
fridge.
fridge situation.
Yeah, just clean out your fridge.
Yeah, maybe your fridge is smelly for a reason.
Welcome to the ZuLoo Poodcast, where we talk all things poop, toilets, and sanitation. Through insightful news, impact stories, and quirky humor, we aim to discuss and highlight the critical role toilets play in whisking poop out of our lives, the impact toilets have, or lack thereof, in the health and wellness of humanity, and what ZuLoo is doing to help solve the current global sanitation crisis.
Hey everyone, welcome back to another fantastic episode of the ZuLoo Poodcast. I can't talk today. But hey, we are really excited today. We have a special interview with Meera from SAPID. She is one of our partners in India, and we're going to dive into some updates about our project over there. But before we hop into all that, we want to talk about some other things. So,
yeah, I think you were tongue-tied because you were so excited about the sweatshirt you're wearing.
I actually am so excited about this sweatshirt because I'm going to wear this when I work out. It's cropped and it's super comfy and it's just it fits perfectly for the gym.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not one of those girls. Like today I was on the treadmill next to this girl who I swear looked like Barbie. Like she had Barbie hair, she had the Barbie bum, she had the cutest outfit, and I am like in an old work t-shirt and like pants that kind of fit, could be called leggings, sweaty, the hair's crazy. I was like, maybe I need to put a little more effort into my gym image.
There you go.
And boom,
There
there
you
it
go.
is.
There it is. You
Yeah,
got
recyclable.
Laxmi special on.
Yes.
Right. Maybe explain who that is exactly, Darren. Who is?
Yeah. So this is our
Is this our mascot?
mascot. Is that the right word
No,
for
because it's
mascot?
a person.
A person is not a mascot. Anyway,
Ambassador.
she's our Zulu character, right? Fun character. Is we called her Laxmi. Laxmi is the name of the in the Buddhist religious tradition. The mother in heaven is Laxmi, right? And
Nice.
Providing care for people.
and a lot of our toilet recipients in India, it's very, very common name, kind of like in Catholic cultures, like Maria, Mary.
Yeah, or Mary.
Laxmi is very much a very
well-known, common,
if you're
revered
going to
name.
name your child, your daughter after a goddess, Laxmi is a pretty good call. But anyway, this Laxmi is our kind of a spokesmodel.
That's the right word.
We tried to
to
get Barbie, but she was taken.
She was at the gym.
And so we got Laxmi and Jocelyn here. So
That's as good as it gets.
yeah, so
And it's made out of recyclable material, and it's available on our marketplace.
that's right. And you can pick whatever color you want, and there's
it
a
is-
variety of different things.
They come in an aqua color, which is great.
Oh,
I love
that's
that.
cute. Maybe I just need a few more because it is extremely soft.
Mhm.
Like this will be my
And
uniform
then people are
from
going
now
to
till
ask you,
April.
like, why do you have this on?
Yeah.
Why is this
Yeah, who is
woman
who is
floating
this
above a toilet?
floating goddess on your shirt.
And you can be,
It's a
let me tell
conversation
you
starter.
There you go.
about this Poodcast.
Yeah.
That's right. That's right.
It is a great conversation
I
starter.
do love it. I truly love it. But
So
we
on-
also
on
have
your-
some other cute
on your
stuff.
next Instagram. We'll expect to see Jocelyn working out with this.
Just at the treadmill. It'll
there
just
you
be
go.
me.
There you
I
go.
won't put Barbie in it. And
That's
it'll,
right.
yeah.
That's right. Yeah, so we wanted to start out with some, one of our other partners is Who Gives a Crap. We love those guys and gals from down under, down in Australia.
The bamboo toilet paper.
Bamboo toilet paper. And so I've got some jokes on, as if you're not spending enough time on the toilet, right? You could sit here, you could sit on the toilet and read some jokes, right? So why are bums funny?
Let's see. Why are they
Can you
funny?
read upside down?
I read it, so I can't. I can't
I know
give
the answer. I still think it's hilarious.
They
Yeah.
can crack a joke.
because they can crack a joke. That's such a dad joke.
It is.
Why do
My girls would love that joke.
Why do pirates love toilets?
We know where this is going.
Something about
It's all
The
about
booty.
the booty.
booty.
You guys cheated. You guys saw it.
No, I did read the first
I
one,
read
but
one.
not the second one. So what does it say? Why do pirates love?
With all the booty.
Oh, there you go.
How do toilets stay positive?
Hmm.
How do toilets stay positive? I don't know.
They see the bowl half full.
Oh, there we go.
Very clever.
How do
That is clever. That's good. That's a lot of jokes on there.
I know.
How do toilets dance?
How to dance? I don't know.
Cheek to cheek, of course.
Oh, those are great.
Sure, I need some water, man.
No need for Laffy Taffy jokes. You've got your who gives a crap jokes.
He's getting emotional over these jokes.
Well, okay, but just to talk about these guys a little bit more, we came up with the greatest idea for a Christmas party gift, white elephant gift. This is something people would actually love to get, but I don't think that you would think about it.
Right.
But look, these guys are so prepared. It is already gift wrap, and it says to and from on here.
Yes.
All you need is a pen, and your Christmas gift giving is done.
Yeah, because you know how all the neighbors in a lot of cultures, like especially here, like they give little gifts to their neighbors, right?
Yes.
This is the solution. How easy is that?
Sustainable toilet paper. Yes.
Just order a big box instead of going and buying the Sprite bottle or finding something at the dollar store or making like candy that takes forever. And, we love candy, but it's not healthy. But this is great. Good for the environment. Cute, pre-wrapped.
Good for your bum.
This is your neighborhood gift.
Good for your bum.
Yeah.
And you can get it on the ZuLoo Marketplace.
Exactly right. Yeah. So
genius idea. I gotta share this with my sisters. They'll be like, that is great. It's like an easy gift that's fun. And
I'll require my family members to buy this for each other. Like Secret Santa, everybody's getting the same thing.
There you
go.
That's right.
That works too.
So speaking of poo news, right? We'll jump into some poo news and then we'll talk about Meera and the project that we got an update from Meera in India that we're going to highlight today.
While you're doing that, can I just highlight how on brand your watch is?
Oh, yeah?
It's really cool and matches ZuLoo yellow perfectly.
That's true. You cannot buy this on the marketplace.
Just so you know. But it is
free shout out to Apple. If you ever heard of them. They sell this thing called the Apple Watch. It's kind of interesting.
They need our endorsement.
Anyway, try to be matchy. Anyway, but some poo news. Kind of a late trend going on. Did you know that people are putting their speaking of toilet paper, they're putting their toilet paper in their refrigerator?
What? No.
Yeah, it's a thing.
Why?
You don't know this?
No.
You guys need to get on social media more.
Nothing about that sounds like a good time.
Yeah. Can you tell us why?
Yeah. So why would you think?
I mean, just like a cool, refreshing sensation. I don't know.
They ran out of storage. So they're trying to hide it.
I don't.
Is it like the COVID epidemic again that the toilet paper is out of supply and we're hiding it?
Maybe they're trying to
in case they get pillaged, they'll never find the toilet paper.
Well, and some of them keep it in the freezer too.
Oh,
right. So fridge or freezer.
Wow.
Why? Do you have any idea?
Does this have to do with cold plunging?
No.
Like, are we taking it to that extreme? Like somehow this is good for your tush?
Yeah. Apparently, it's not to keep it from getting stolen. But it's actually a kind of a new hack to keep your refrigerator fresh, like from odors.
Oh, it'll absorb.
Because apparently it'll absorb odors in your refrigerator.
Oh.
So this isn't to use in the bathroom. You're not doing that and then using it because then those odors are on you.
Yeah, I don't know if I would use it after it's absorbed the odors because then. I don't know how smelly it gets. Again, I haven't tried this, but again, I guess it's a thing that
what country?
Saying,
where was this recorded?
Where is this happening?
Well, where else would this happen?
UK.
America.
Oh wait.
Well, isn't that what baking soda's for? You're supposed to open the little thing and
Just
it'll absorb
baking soda, people.
Right, but I'm saying, it does. Let's say you're out of baking soda.
How smelly is your fridge?
You could just take a roll of toilet paper.
Right. Maybe you need to reevaluate the fridge situation.
Yeah, just clean out your fridge.
Yeah. Maybe your fridge is smelly for a reason. You need to maybe clean it. But yeah, no, it's a real thing. Does it work? Yes, it works. I guess, smells in the refrigerator comes from excess moisture.
Okay.
That can cause mildew, but the toilet paper
absorbs that in.
I think that is a hack. Like I would never think of that, and I could see that like a cool TikTok video.
Yeah.
As long as people are just keeping it in the fridge and not using it later.
Mm-hmm. But it's not just it's just an option, right? I mean, it is one of those things like
it's a way to be lazy.
What other can
Let's be honest. It's a way to be lazy and not clean out your fridge.
Yeah, maybe you have too much toilet paper from the pandemic and you don't know what to do with it. Maybe take a roll and stick it in the fridge. Yeah. Maybe it'll smell better, right?
Oh, goodness.
But it's a real thing. It's not just a,
It is never a dull moment during these news.
People are very innovative.
Yes, they are.
Yeah, so here's a TikTok, people.
I knew it.
Put it in there.
Called it.
Put it in there.
Yep, there you go.
Yeah.
They even demonstrate how to do it.
How to put toilet paper in your fridge.
That's right.
Does that need to be demonstrated?
Yeah. Anyway, but yeah, pretty easy, right? I mean, because, baking soda might spill or I don't know. It's just a thought.
You might want to use it to bake.
If you can't think of what else to do, if you got that odor refrigerator, Trevor, you can take one of these home.
You should have seen his face.
You're like, me?
Trevor's offended.
We don't have
his fridge is spotless and smells like roses.
I bet it does.
Yeah. Speaking of social media, and again, this is, we're going to talk about some serious stuff in a bit.
Right.
So we're
the real world.
We're bringing you up high before we drop you really low.
Right. This is stuff that
Share some of the realities.
Most Americans worry about. Oh, my fridge is too smelly. I need, Also, I guess there's a doctor on Instagram who's doing, he calls it swinging toilets.
What?
Swinging toilet wars. And so, and we'll send you the link to it, but I'll pull it up right now. Anyway, but he'll put two toilets on some ropes and swing them back and forth.
Wow, it's a literal swing.
And see which one wins. Kind of like Robot Wars, right? Where they,
this is stressful.
Yeah. And,
oh!
Okay.
Okay, actually,
they collided.
Oh yeah, so
that guy won.
Yeah, so
that's hilarious.
You can see who wins, right? So, as if we didn't have
if we didn't have another way that we're wasting
your time, you could
and we're wasting toilets.
Oh my god!
You could do a swinging toilet war, with your neighbor and.
Like I said, people are innovative.
That's a nice way to put it, Jocelyn.
Right.
People are innovative with their spare time and their spare.
That was awesome.
Yeah.
It's like when David Letterman used to throw stuff off the buildings and you just watch it smash. That was so satisfying.
Exactly right. Yeah. It's like that.
Yeah.
Right?
Like that.
Mr. Bill, remember Mr. Bill?
Yeah. Yes. Okay. Well, now
we regressed. Okay.
Let's bring it back.
Yeah. Yeah, we talk about, that's sort of fun to talk about. But so segue into some heavy stories. We interviewed Meera in India, which we'll get into our interview.
Yeah, for our listeners who aren't aware of, what we do in India and, our partners and Meera, the amazing work she does, give us some background.
Yeah, so we, since 2019, for the past, what has that been now? 4 years now, we've been partnering with an organization in India called SAPID. And I won't go over, it's a long acronym but basically they go into some of these emerging slum communities that really don't have really any sort of infrastructure, any resources. Like most slums in the world, they just kind of evolve on their own. People, build a little shack, or they build a little, because why? There's like open ground there. And so they don't have anywhere else to go. So they'll just build a little shack or whatever. And these slums sort of develop over time into communities. And it's really amazing to see how some of these communities really kind of band together. And they have women's groups and men's groups, and just because they're kind of also looking out for each other. Right. And so what SAPID does, they'll go in and assess what the needs are in those communities. And when we're their sanitation partners when it comes to toilets and clean water, right? And so, otherwise we'd be going over there and saying, "Oh, let's build a toilet for you. Let's build a toilet for you," and not really getting any kind of accountability or not really knowing the impact, right? But SAPID helps us because they do these community meetings, and they have the community themselves vote amongst themselves who's the most deserving or who's the most in need, right?
Yeah, which is fantastic because it's sensitive to what's going on, and they know the culture, and
and like who's got the most girls in the home, and like maybe elderly or people that are handicapped, things like that. So those are highest on the priority list. And so we go in and say, okay, ZuLoo sponsoring 10 toilets or 20 toilets or 50 toilets or whatever, and this is where the impact, when we talk about the marketplace, we talk about our 2-for-2 partners, we talk about our marketplace purchases and donors, that all this is where the rubber hits the road, or I was going to say the shit hits the fan, but that's not, but it's where the impact really occurs. Right. So, so based on that assessment, then we'll go in and, that priority list, we'll go in and build toilets for those individual families. So they don't have to go. I mean, usually there's there's community toilets, but they're like 5 miles down the road, or there's maybe there's a water truck that comes in about a couple miles away, but they anyway, it allows them to get those basic necessities taken care of.
Yeah, and Meera's so great because she's so good at like saving money, and then we've actually been able to make more. Right, we've been able to make more toilets.
Yeah, I think the project originally called for. This one we just finished originally called for 30 toilets, and we were able to build 78.
Which is incredible.
Yeah,
which is amazing. So we, and some of the stories that you hear of, like the most vulnerable are mostly like young teenage girls that are, maybe they're menstruating, and so they're dropping out of school, or they're having to, because socially over there, it's still very much a taboo to, go to the bathroom is sort of shameful, right? And also they'll try to go at night, or they'll go in the woods, but then you've got
that leads to
snake
dangerous
bites,
situations.
Or you have predators of different, human and and animal predators that are in the jungle and all that stuff. So this obviously enables them to have a safe, clean, sanitary place to go, right?
In their home,
their home, right? We don't build. What we do, like in Zambia, we're building like a school. We're just finishing up a toilet. It's for a school, right? So it's obviously used by the kids at the school, right? Whereas the ones in India, they're very each toilet, we call it a soilet, because it's earthworm driven technology, and that goes into. Each family has their own, just right. It kind of looks like a little outhouse, but it's maybe like 3 to 5 feet out the back door, right? And it's right there, right? And it's a standalone. I've actually used one last time we were there, and it doesn't smell. You go in there and it smells like freshly turned earth. It smells like
it's incredible.
It's nice. It's not like what you would envision like a porta potty. Like, I've been in some terrible porta potties too, but yeah, it's very, it enables them to have some dignity and some, and safety around that issue. Right. So that's really where the most impact
things that we never even think about. We don't think about, like, is it safe for me to go to the toilet? Like,
well, she shared with us a lot of stories, and the great thing about this interview is that we got to not only hear from Meera, but from several women on her team, and they all shared a lot of stories. And, fair warning, they're not all happy and positive. They're real. These are the realities that people, all over the world deal with in just taking care of a basic need. Anyone who's been on a road trip with me knows I will go at least 4 times before we get to the first gas station. Like I just have a teeny tiny bladder. I can't imagine having to plan my day around when I can take care of this.
Yeah.
I don't know that I could do it.
Yeah. And they aren't able to get much done, because they have to plan that, and it takes a great amount of time. So by giving them a toilet, not only does it provide dignity and safety, it also is efficient. So they can actually get other things done. It's like incredible.
Well, let's hop into Meera and some of her team members, and then I'm sure I got more to say. So
okay, great.
All right. Meera, thank you so much for coming back to the ZuLoo Poodcast. It's wonderful to see you again. And for people who aren't aware of who you are, or maybe didn't listen to the previous episode, can you explain a little bit about yourself and SAPID and the relationship between SAPID and ZuLoo?
Yeah. I'm Dr. Meera. I've completed my graduation, post-graduation, MPhil, and pre-PhD and PhD in social work. At the same time, I've also done legal. I also have a legal qualification. The legal qualification because I was addressing the issue, and I felt I need to have a legal knowledge. And fourth, I also completed my post-graduation in law. So this is my qualification, and the organization SAPID was initiated way back when I was very, 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 very young, and this was done through a Polavaram Dam survey, where one of my professor, Dr. Venkatov, he said because I was very active, he said I need to participate in a socio-economic analysis, impact analysis of on the status of tribals who are going to be displaced by the mega dam. So that was my entry point to the tribal area. That is how we initiated. Then I felt, we need to have a proper legal process. So my father, who was an army officer, he said I should do not do any development by my convenience, like sitting in the city, sitting underneath the fan, and in four walls. He said you need to go out and reach out to people and then do the social. If at all I really wanted to social. So these two things, one is my entry point through my professor, and one is through what my father said, development, should not do development by convenience. That is how I landed in a tribal area, which is 400 kilometers from Hyderabad. That was my first exposure to the village. I never knew what a village looked like. That's a tribal village. It's a reserve forest, totally forest. It's a lot of wild animals around. And that is how I entered there. And I started. Then we felt, to have a legal entity, we registered SAPID. That is Study Action Group for Participative Integrated Development, which I always believe first we need to study, make an analytical study. Then it should be a group effort. Like, it should not be a single, it's not to be a Meera alone, it should be a team. Then we said it should be participatory. It should not be a dole-out program, charity based. It should be a participatory. Wherever, whatever we do, even a smaller little program, it has to have a participation from the beneficiary element. So we said participation. And it has to be integrated. When we talk about health, health includes water, sanitation, health education, operations, surgery, everything. So we said it should be integrated. So that is how SAPID came. And in short, SAPID also means balm. Balm is like it is suiting for any problem. So ultimately, we never knew when we registered, but people said, you have registered SAPID and it means this. So that is how SAPID came. It is registered in 1986, way back, almost it is 37 years old organization. And I started at very young age. And today what I am is because of my exposure to them. And even today, I am in the learning stage.
So how did ZuLoo and SAPID get connected?
Yeah, when we were we work in two different ways. One is the tribal area, the other is urban poor. The urban poor in 2017 foundation from USA, they were the one who came and visited us, and they felt the way the work we were dealing with, they thought that they should partner with us. So that is how they came up with the support of staff, SAPID team, which we call it as a Hyderabad project, which we call it as a SAPID team project. So he started supporting staff salary. And during our, Help International is one organization who always sent volunteers to India. And they chose SAPID as the organization. When Melissa Savi came in 2011, she was looking out for organization who really worked at the grassroots level with the people. And then she found in the website about SAPID. She just came. She just wanted to visit. And she came. And then during the course of discussion, the team felt that, yes, this is the organization we are going to do. And we are very proud that we both met each other. And, very encouraging, and it was very good opportunity to have a help international volunteer year by year. So from 2011 it started until 2019, 18, but 19 also. But after COVID, because of the visa problems and all, they could not come. So Melissa Savi was one of the team leaders of Help International, and Arthur also Adan also was one of the team leaders in another 2018. So they both introduced me to ZuLoo because they had connections with ZuLoo, and they recommended SAPID to ZuLoo. And that is how our partnership, like we had a talk, and they said Darren and Chris, they were very kind enough to look into the project and said we would like to support SAPID for water and sanitation. So that is how water and sanitation project came up in 2018. And they visited Hyderabad, a project area, and we had consultations with the people, with the beneficiaries. And then that's how the partnership developed year after year. They've been supporting that.
Actually, Jocelyn is really good friends with Melissa and Arturo. So
yep. Two of my very favorite people.
Yeah, this is how our partnership is now. It is booming and shining and becoming strong and strong. And we both have a respect for each other. ZuLoo has a lot of respect for SAPID, and we have a lot of respect for ZuLoo. So this is how our partnership is becoming strong and strong. And strong in sense, it is not the funding. I'm not talking about the monetary terms at all. I'm talking about the people, who is the project has impacted many poor people, and a lot of communities, villagers have access to water. And while they were supporting for the water, at the same time, we were also trying to lobby with the government to have access to water. And this year, ZuLoo supported us for 3 borewells, but we were happy that the government came forward to, supply water freely. Then we converted this water project to toilet. And initially it was only 55 to 60, 56. But then because of the participation, because of the lobbying, we reached out to 79 toilets.
That's fantastic.
So 25% more than what proposed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's
and
wonderful.
It could happen only because of people's participation.
Mm-hmm.
So I will also, if you want, I will also talk about how this project went on this time, because last 2 years I said it was 100% supporting them, because of the post-COVID and COVID, because they were there was no wages, there was economic cases came down drastically, and we could not even ask them to really contribute monetarily. But now this year, yes, now they are taking up their jobs, they are going for the wage labor, and now they are able to earn something. So we felt it should not be as I said, it should not be end just supporting and completing the project. It has to be a means for them. Means they have to support themselves also. So the initial foundation, like digging and other things, was done by the community. More than 15% they contributed, and they came up with the digging and foundation and all that. And material also, when we were doing for the poor, we were doing a lot of lobbying. Urmi was going, shop to shop, firm to firm to ask for more concessions, saying it is a no loss, no profit organization. So we are supporting poor people. So they also, reduced the prices for us. No, not exactly. They gave us the discount. So that is how we could do 20% more than proposed. And this time it was, the first thing was we have come up with a need assessment. First thing is a need assessment survey we did very systematically. We did a family household survey. Need assessment, who exactly needs, why they need, and what do we do if they need, how do we prioritize. All this were we conducted a community level meeting, And in the community level meeting, we just threw these questions to them. He said, why should we do for this family? Why not to this family? And what is our priority? So all this has come. I also have this systematic statistical data, which I would like to tell you that we have constructed around 79. So out of which we have girl children, the families with the girl children is 57 number. And physically, people like pregnant and lactating families, 3 families. And then senior citizens, 10 families. And physically handicapped, physically challenged, around 4. And normal, we have only 5 families. Normally with the sons, but they also have a family. So we have around 5. So normal only 5, but with the girl children, it is 57. It is as good as 85%. So this is our statistical data. We covered 5 communities. Then we proposed 3 communities. But as we increased the number, we covered 5 communities. And 5 communities are almost completed. And each and everyone completed. The process was we initiated with the need assessment. And need assessment, while doing the need assessment, we also had 3 questions saying, how do they participate? Whether they participate in terms of money or kind or labor. So mostly we emphasized on labor and kind. Suppose if they have to bring their foundation stone, it is kind. If they're going to dig a pit, they will dig a foundation or help the masons to construct, it is called labor. So we divided into 3, but the monetary, they said, no, we cannot do monetary, but we will definitely do whatever is the value of this thing. We'll dig a pit, we'll lay the foundation, we'll get some kind of a foundation. So in the meeting, this was discussed, and it was like, systematically taken in the survey form. We took their signatures because it is a commitment which they gave us, and it was a proper systematic survey we used. And then we came up with the community level meeting. Not one, we had 3 meetings. One is just we had to give an information. Second meeting, they had to, confirm their participation. Third was like, they said, who will monitor? All the time SAPID monitor and we top to bottom. So we elected few leaders, community leaders, like, the 3 communities, Bhadia was there, and then Sumalata was there, then Sound area. So we elected, not we, the people elected the community supporters. We call them monitors, community monitors. And they are the link between the organization, the material supplier, and the beneficiary. Because the material supplier, suppose if he brings after 6 o'clock or 7 o'clock, when the SAPID team already leaves there, so they will take the responsibility to distribute the material. So to have a proper monitoring system, now we have a monitor, community monitor, and each slum where we were implemented. And then then we had we also have having an impact assessment survey. Impact assessment survey, we sat with the community and prepared around me, and we all prepared around 48 questions, right? First 48 questions. Then we said too much asking for hours, the people may not be able to answer. So we synchronized the information and we came up with only simple 16 to 20 questions. How was what was the status before we gave you, before you had an access? What is the problem? Where you went? How far you went? What was the distance? What was the money involved? So we did it for water also, because already we have conducted, we have given water provisions for last 3 years. So we have added 2 different ones. One is for the water, one is for the science. So that tomorrow, because SAPID wanted to know what was an impact. Just talking doesn't help. So we need perspective. We need a systematic format, authentication. So this time we went with a little systematic because we had the time. We had people participation. We had village monitors. Because together we could bring out more things. So it is not just constructing a structure. but it involved really a deep-rooted relationship. As I said, it was a means. It wasn't like an end. And we were a doers, not getting things. We were a doers. So this is what we did. And the impact assessment is in the process, because as we are completing, we are doing the impact assessment, which should be done maybe by the end of after Diwali, because 12th again Diwali.
Yeah, the impact assessment is super helpful when we put together our annual benefit report. We basically take all the information you give us and we put it into our annual benefit report also, and we also for a few of our corporate donors, we also put together special targeted reports for them. And so, but yeah, so it's super helpful that all the feedback and showing that impact, and that just helps the cycle continue. And we're very grateful for it. And
this time we are also going through compiling beneficiary profiles. Beneficiary profile is just one page where we have a family photo. We have their details of the family and a bit explanation about why, for them. Why for this family? What was the issues? And how did we address the issue? It was only one page format, but for all 79, we are going to have a compiled 79 pages beneficiary profile also. So we are also going to that, so that it is easy to present. When you come up, you can just carry it because you deal with media and all. It is easy for us also because we'll be more transparent to whom it is given, which family is given, just by seeing the photograph and the ID cards. It is easy for you all because we wanted to be more and more transparent, because as we are considering every year 50, 60, 70 and all, it should not be a duplication. So we made sure that the beneficiary profile also is compiled and made into a huge file. Maybe we can take a color printout and bring it like a sort of a book type, which we can give you a copy. And we promised to come for Diwali, but I don't know.
So I have a question about.
We really want to come to Diwali.
Yes.
Unable. I mean, I'm feeling really terrible. We were trying to do it this year, but this was just not able to do it either. But we have
Diwali in 1 week's time.
Yeah.
So does it last an entire week, or how long does the holiday go?
Yes. No. It is on Sunday.
Just
so Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. 3 days. 3 days.
Okay.
3 days celebration. Yeah.
So
I think we need to go, Darren.
That's definitely on our to-do list. Yeah, we were going to do. I mean, the World Toilet Summit was supposed to be. I guess I can blame Jack Sim for it because it was going to be in Tokyo, and then so we were planning. Okay, we'll go to the World Toilet Summit. Well, we'll first go to India first for Diwali and visit Meera and some of the toilet recipients, and then we were going to go to Tokyo after that. But it just. It's just not going to happen this year, but we definitely want to do that possibly next year, and definitely want to visit some of the communities. I mean, that's what we were there in 2019. It was just the most helpful, impactful to. I mean, it's one thing to hear the stories and to see the pictures of everyone, and you guys, SAPID has done a great job of giving us video from time to time, but. To be there in person is something else. And Jocelyn, you got to be on the list because, if Arturo's going and Melissa's going, then, you got to
put me on the list. I want to be on the list.
Got to be hang with your buddies, right? So we'll definitely make that happen. We did, Meera, want to. We were super sad to learn of Bindu's passing last week. We're super sad about that. We wanted to acknowledge her passing, and
one of our important team, and she was there for us for the last 22 years.
Oh wow!
Yeah, we're super sad to hear her loss. Our hearts go out to her family and to SAPID, and it's a very sad news. But we'll dedicate this episode to her for sure. We'll put up a picture of her on the podcast, I think. So anyway, do you want to? Well, yeah, two things. One, do you have any other? Well, first off, if there's any particular story that you want to share with us.
There are, I would like to share different stories.
Yeah.
See, the general problem is, they all have to go to the open places for defecation. And now, all these days, the communities were placed in a sort of a panchayat, that is the village atmosphere. But now, as we expanded, now it has become a town. So town means, a lot of people come in and, all the bushes and open spaces will be occupied. So the little place where they had around the bushes to defecate has been depleting. That means it's reducing. And people really do not have to go. And it is very awkward for the girls because they cannot even, hide behind the bush and defecate. It has become like, open for them, and it is a shame, it is, you can understand the feeling of the adolescent girls, how, fear, even to squat, defecate, it is a fear they have because they literally, this time, around 4 to 5 people are going with a sari and, holding the sari as a cover, and then one by one it's So around 4 has to go together, and you have to make yourself a sort of a hideout place to defecate because of the people occupying the land and other things. Second thing is when they do it, 4, 5 when they see a group of young girls, the boys follow them. The boys follow them, and what they do is when they're holding the sari, they hit with the stones so that if the sari moves, no, because it's a very delicate cloth which they hold it. If you just pelt a stone, that sari will move. So these kind of things, otherwise, they just whistle, shout, and unconsciously you look at that, and you lose the tend to lose the grip. So these things, was very embarrassing. The way they were sharing. See, when we are finding ourselves in a very, awkward situation, but we are trying to protect our integrity when we are protecting our business. In spite of that, there are a group of boys, a group of men who you always up to, and all that. And if it is, the problem is, we can address if the boys and men are within their community. But it is not from the same community. It is from some other passing by people or anything where we literally cannot hold them and, as a community to take action. So one way we really want the community to organize and take actions as a step, but if they are not within the community, they are not in the surrounding village, it is very difficult to catch hold of them. So in both the ways, though there was a means, we were not able to do it. And second thing is, there was one case where one elderly lady who went all by herself, and her name is Gauramma. She's 63 years old. She left with a mug of water. She left to defecate. It is around 1 kilometer. She went there, and I don't know, maybe because it was very hot or anything, she just fainted. She slipped and fainted. And people did not know. They were waiting at home, because she did not turn up and all that. People were so worried, family members were worried, and they went in search of the place, and then they found that she fainted there. She fell on a stone and broke her forehead. It was bleeding, and she became unconscious. And they could realize this only after a couple of hours. So if at least couple of hours they found there was a lot of bleeding, she was hospitalized for days. And then she also became serious. The doctors really gave up. And finally, she is now okay, but still on bed.
Hmm.
No, this is really pathetic. And I think Urmi will also share around 2, 3 stories because she's in better contact because I also want them to participate. Is it okay? That
Yes.
Urmi also talked about it. So I'll ask Urmi to join me so that she shares the 2 to 3 girls. One girl who was raped. So she'll talk about that, and the girl was sent to her grandparents. So she'll share about one that rape case, and the other is she'll talk about the old age people, with, the husband who has a arthritis problem. So she's going to share around 2 more stories. We have all stories. We have all 70 stories, 79 stories. We can share everything, but maybe today for the podcast, maybe 3 to 4 stories as per your convenience we will share. So Urmi will join me and share.
Yeah, I think we have about 5 minutes. So yeah, we can
Yeah, she'll share around Tuesday.
maybe share that story.
Good morning, Darren.
Good morning.
Hello.
Good morning. How are you doing?
Good to see you.
Wonderful.
Good to see you, sir. I would like to share a few, 1 or 2 case studies which I've been dealing with. One is a lady. During the COVID period, she had high fever, and due to which she got, you call it as peripheral neuropathy. So peripheral neuropathy is where during that time she is not able to lift one of her hands, and both her lower limbs have become weak. So she cannot walk. She holds a walker and she walks. And it is very difficult for her. And her husband and children abandoned her. So she all alone lives over there. And her neighbor named as Fatima, she helps in giving her food for every day. Every day she feeds her and gives a bath once in a week or once in 15 days. And she was, her name is Anjali. And Anjali was telling me that, ma'am, it is very difficult for me to get up and go from the bed. So by the time I get up and go out for my defecation or for urination, it is always there. It's in my dress. So normally my room is totally stinking and my dress is stinking. So people around me don't talk to me. And I feel very lonely because even if I'm passing through, they cover their noses. So it is very hard, rendering a hard feeling that nobody is talking to me. And so she goes to an open plot just behind a church where there's a small bush. She says, every day I go over there. Whenever I need to go, I go there. But people around abuse me because I'm defecating over there and because of the smell. So that is one thing. So that is the reason we had.
This is the picture.
Oh, there's no picture. We can't see it.
Can see?
Oh, yes. Yes. Okay. Mm-hmm.
Yep.
This is the girl she's talking about.
Okay.
The lady. She's 45 years old.
She's 45 years old.
Mm-hmm.
And one case study, there was a girl called as Shailaja. She was pregnant with an elder daughter of 3 years old. And again, she was pregnant. And they were living, her husband is an auto driver. And she asked her mother to come to stay with her. And her mother refused to come, saying that I will not come and stay in your house because you all don't have a toilet at home. She requested her mother, please come and stay with me because when I have to go to the nature's call, I have to leave my daughter at home and go. But her mother refused to come. After her daughter was born, second daughter was born, for her daughter's first birthday, when she invited the guests to come for the birthday party, many of them refused to come. Even her own sister refused to come, saying that I'm ashamed to go in the open for urination or for defecation, so we will not come. That was very disheartening. So she said, I found a ray of hope when the need assessment was going on in the area. And today it is like a bright sunshine in my life. Today I have a bathroom. I'm sorry, I'm getting emotional, but I have a bathroom at home. I proudly tell my relations that I too am a proud owner of a park.
Mm-hmm.
And there are many such case studies which go along with me. And one which I can say is another elderly couple. Her name is Agama. Her name is Agama. So she has only 2 daughters. They are married, and she stays all alone, and no one to take care of her because the daughters are married. And she used to go in the open for defecation. And many a time she says, because of my blurred vision, because she had cataracts in both her eyes, whenever she would go for defecation, many a time she would trip and fall, or many a times the water being flooded during the rainy season. It would happen that because it is flooded, there are ants and insects and all which are infesting the area because of defecation feces and all that. Just many a times I've been bitten by ants and all that. So we can understand the pathetic, not pathetic, we can understand what are they going through being an elderly person. And what else? This is a picture.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
Yeah. And there's another couple called as Yadama, and her husband is suffering from rheumatism. So his legs have become crooked, so he cannot walk. So his wife has to take him all the time to go for a defecation. So whenever she goes along with him, she grumbles, or she because he's very slow in walking. It takes a longer time. It's time consuming. And she herself, being an age of 60 years, she 64. She also keeps complaining that how long do I come with you? And she's always grumbling, and because she has to carry the water bottle also for him. So it is also a mental illness. Like she was going through, like how long can I go along such with you, going and coming back, walking every day a kilometer along with you. I have to wait till you finish your nature's call and then come back. So after the construction of the toilet, Malaya said, now I'm really happy because I don't have to go through that mental torture which every day I went with my wife, because she would always keep grumbling that I have to be with you, it's time consuming. As well as he's also happy for his wife because now she will no longer grumble on him. And now it is at his doorstep, so he doesn't have to request his wife to come along to go to the nature's call. And now he says, all these years she has been commanding me, saying that whenever you say, whatever I say, you have to listen, but now it will be the other way around. Whatever I say, she has to listen now.
Yeah.
So these are some small stories which...
No, and I'll tell you, because at the end of the day, when we were talking about the impact assessment, so I was talking to the old man. He said, see, it is okay that she crumbles because every day she has to walk in slow space with me, carrying a bottle of water and take me and bringing down. As it has become daily, he says, more than physical illness, it has become a mental illness for him because, he grumbles and, nevertheless, because she's a wife, she takes him. And then, that every day, listening to this, it was like for him, it was like a mental torture. So, and he was like, he says, I had to take all that because I'm dependent on her. So after construction of a toilet, very humorously, he says, no more command. Now I'll command her, please. Because now he has a toilet, he is not dependent. And he says, this torture, physical health, okay, we can go through. But, mental this thing, because I also have a feeling, yes, she's my wife. And whatever she's saying has truth, because every day accompanying, walking in a slow pace. And it is not easy for her also. I understand her, why she's grumbling. But he says that is, actually, more than physical health, it is this. But now he says, I'm free of both because I don't have to walk a mile away. I don't have to depend on my visiting. I just hold the wall and walk the toilet because it is attached to my house.
Nice.
So he says, in one word, he says, you don't know what you have done to me. Like, what facility you have created me. And it is not measurable, he says. It is not measurable. It is not a structure which you have given me. He says, you have given me freedom. You have given me mental health. You have given me, courage. You have given me a self-independent. Now I am independent.
That's great.
So this is what, this is very simple, constructing a toilet. But, the story behind is, it is what it is.
Yeah, that's fantastic. That's great. So it's great stories. Thank you so much. Let's see, maybe. So is that your whole team there today?
Yeah,
maybe we can see the whole team again, and
yes.
Everybody always asks, we want to see the team. So is there, maybe, do you want to take maybe a minute and everybody introduce themselves? Is that?
Yeah, introduce yourself.
Just really brief.
I'm Dr. Meera.
Yes.
Start with.
Yes.
Good morning, Andy. Mary, Andy.
Okay. Marian, and maybe where are you from, and what?
Where are you from?
What do you do?
Malkajgiri, Maulali, sir.
Okay. And what do you do with SAPID?
నేను హెల్త్ వర్కర్ సార్, కమ్యూనిటీలో హెల్త్ వర్కర్ సార్.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Good morning, sir. My name is Shalini.
Good morning.
Shalini, sir, my name is.
And where are you from, and what do you do with SAPID?
Community health worker, sir.
Okay. Great. Thank you.
Thank you. Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Good morning. My name is Madhavi, sir.
Great. Nice to meet you. And where are you from?
I'm from Sitapal Mandi, sir.
Yeah. And what do you do with SAPID?
Community health worker, sir.
Okay. Fantastic.
Social worker. In charge of any village, sir. In charge of any town, sir.
Okay.
12 months.
Great.
Each of them are in charge of 12 slabs.
12.
Okay.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
So good morning, sir.
Good morning.
I'm Rekha. I'm from Secunderabad. And I work under 12 slums. I'm a social worker, sir, and also I look after apartments.
Oh, fantastic. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Once again, good morning. I'm Urmi. I'm from Secunderabad, and I work as a project manager with the SAPID organization.
Yes, thank you very much. Thank you for sharing the stories earlier. And is that everyone?
Yeah.
Oh, great. Well, we wanted to tell you how sad we were to learn of Vishnu's passing, and we're sad to hear that. And she'll be missed for sure. And our hearts go out to you and your organization and her family. That was certainly sad news, but anyway, we wish you all a happy Diwali. We wanted to be there. We wanted to come visit this year, but we weren't able to do so. But maybe we can do it next year. We definitely want. Well, even if it's not Diwali, we definitely want to come back and see everyone again. And we just really grateful for our partnership with SAPID. So thank you.
Thank you. We too. I mean, it's a mutual because we are very happy to be partnering with you as a development partner. And we are bringing out positive results, and we always want to make you happy, and we value the funds which you give us, and it is really impacted very positively. And we keep sending you reports, but when you visit personally and listen to the stories, I think it will be all the more. And we are trying to be more and more transparent every day. Yes.
Yeah, we're grateful for that. We definitely look forward to your report. And we happy memories of when we visited a few years ago before the pandemic. And we're certainly looking forward to meeting you again and spending time with you. So again, thank you for everything you're doing. We look forward to doing more toilets and sanitation next year. So thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. Thank you for joining. We'll see you later.
Okay. So that was our interview with Meera.
Mm-hmm.
And it was really fun to see her, to hear the updates. You know, this particular round of the project went really well. They more than doubled the original amount of toilets that they were able to provide. I loved hearing about the assessment process and then also the follow-up, the impact.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was really important.
Yeah, we'll have that, and we use that information in our annual report, which will be on the website, usually around, usually January, it'll come out, our annual report for for 2023. And then also some of our corporate donors will provide them actual detailed reports individually to them as well. But yeah, we're able to share those stories, and I'm sure we'll share some of those stories. And it's great to see the picture, with them standing and they're so proud because they've got,
so exciting.
Hey, this is my toilet.
Right.
And so, but yeah, your heart gets really tugged because you hear this is what my life was before the toilet.
Yeah.
And now I don't have to worry about it.
Yeah.
It's not a thing that this constant dread in my mind, like what am I going to do? Right. To, or worry about your kids going, going down out in the middle of the night, are they going to be okay?
That's the one that hit me when she was talking about the young mom.
Yeah.
And if you already have little ones at home, you can't leave them to go to the bathroom, especially if you have a baby. I remember being on an airplane with 2 babies and having to go to the bathroom. I was like, what do I do? They're going to roll off the seat if I leave them here.
And there's no room
and
to
I
take
can't
them
bring
in
them
there.
with me. Yeah, I had to just trust that the strangers next to me could hold my baby for 5 minutes. That's not an option there. It's like you said, it's animals. There are people with nefarious intentions waiting for them sometimes.
Well, you're talking about human trafficking is a huge issue there as well. Like unattended kids and they're just gone.
Right.
And what better place to find them than at a bathroom,
because you're so vulnerable.
They're going to show up.
Such a vulnerable situation.
This enables them to, they don't have to leave the privacy of their own home, and they're able to take care of it. So,
isn't ZuLoo great? It's just amazing.
It does. I'm just.
Makes you just.
I've said this so many times. I'm so glad that there are people who are addressing this issue because it's not a sexy issue. Like there are lots of causes that are being talked about. This is massive. It affects everyone on the planet.
Yep.
And I'm so grateful for people like Meera and her team. And we are really lucky to get to partner with them.
Yeah, we could not do it without Meera and her team. And with every country, we have in-country partners who, are, kind of boots on the ground, actually, making sure it happens properly. So
which is so great.
Yeah.
And again, like you said, it's not like the fun, exciting topic, but it's paramount. It's everyone. Like if we don't, we all have to go number one and number two.
The more I do this, though, the more exciting I think it is. Like there's so many cool technologies happening.
Yes.
You get to meet the most incredible people and people that are not afraid to think really outside of the box. Because for me, I'm looking at it like, well, okay, if you don't have a sewer, I don't know how we make this happen.
Right.
But there's a lot of people that are a lot smarter than I am.
Yeah, we're trying to make, Jack Sim always says, hey, we need to make toilets sexy. So we're trying, but yeah.
I think Rondell is making it sexy.
Yeah.
Just one of our partners.
Yeah. Yeah. They're making it cool.
Sava, making it sexy. There are people out there doing it.
Yeah.
For sure.
That's
all right,
great.
you guys. Well, fun hanging out with you guys again. Thank you so much for joining us. We'll see you next time.
you for listening to the ZuLoo Poodcast. Follow us on social media at our links in the show notes below. To learn more, visit our website, ZuLoo.org. If you liked the podcast, be sure to subscribe, like, and comment. For even more ZuLoo fun, send us an email with your toilet stories to podcast@zuloo.com for a chance to be featured on the podcast. This episode of the ZuLoo Poodcast is sponsored by ZuLoo Inc., a benefit corporation dedicated to the goal of universal access to toilets, hygiene, clean water and sanitation through the power of social enterprise. Learn more at ZuLoo.com.